Let me just show you some of the art that I've been up to lately. I've kind of changed my practice over the summer because I was just getting bored of like doing so many florals, so many abstract kind of loose watercolor type stuff like this. I was kind of tired of it. So what I transitioned to lately, and I think is looking really cute, is doing like one journal entry a day of something that is like in my home, be it an art supply, a backpack. That's a tube of oil paint, some embroidery floss because I've been heavy duty on the embroidery lately, and a planter from my backyard. But the other thing I've been doing and enjoying a lot of is a new embroidery project, which I will show you very briefly. Someone at my fiber arts collective group chit chat session, whatever you want to call it, that happens at my local library, she gave me an embroidery kit that she got for free. She just has too many. So she gave me this one. It's like a cotton tablecloth and it comes with everything you need. And she didn't want any money or anything for it, which was so sweet of her. I was like, can I give you something for this? And she's like, no, just take it and enjoy it. I have so much at home. It comes with all the threads you need. And it's like, I don't know if it's vintage or not, but it's like made in Hungary. So that's what it's gonna look like when it's done. And she actually gave me the other project as well. So friends, let me tell you, I am an embroidery craft stalk for, I don't know, this could take me a year to do. I don't even know at this point. It's not going that quickly. But I have had lots of time to make art this summer. And so that has been very nice. I think a function of kind of being inside because of the extreme heat. This is so bright. Once again, it's devastatingly hot in here. And I do have air conditioning, so I really do feel for people that don't have air conditioning this time of year. Kind of casting around for a subject without much luck, then I thought, you know, I would like to draw this pen. This is my Sailor fountain pen. These are not very expensive, but I did a little bit of a cheat, which is that I sort of traced it, and that'll be my journal entry for the day. So I'm just gonna fill that in now. So now I've got the basic shape that I like. Just gonna quickly color it in. I don't need to be too precise about colors. In fact, I prefer it when they're not too matchy-matchy. And I don't really bother to draw inside the lines too carefully. This is just a fun, quick exercise, journal entry of the day kind of thing. All right, there it is. There is the subject matter, the pen itself. I think it turned out quite cute. I have some good news now that I'm out here. I just got back from the gym, that's why I'm in my gym gear, but it has cooled down considerably and it's now actually extremely pleasant outside, which it has not been for quite a long time. Anyway, if you want to have a bit of a fun break, I want to tell you a little bit about my Amazon story. Something kind of funny happened to me with Amazon. And I mean Amazon just as like a regular consumer like you, not as like someone who has affiliate links. I have like a few affiliate links for Amazon. Generally speaking though, I don't. I try and avoid using Amazon affiliate links. And if you saw Jeff Bezos' wedding in Venice, I think that's all you need to know about the situation. Okay, look what I've done. I've put my embroidery scissors on this lanyard. So I never have to go digging around for them, and I clip it here. So the situation is with Amazon is that they sent me an email recently saying that I basically have too many returns and I have to stop returning things. And I don't have that many returns per se, but in fairness, I've bought a few pieces of camera gear and I buy them from Amazon specifically knowing that they have a pretty good return policy. And I kind of have a bit of a love-hate relationship with them. So I'm like, you know, if I'm not sure if I'm even going to keep it, I'm just going to buy it from Amazon. So I guess theoretically this is on me. So I don't have a lot of returns. I'm not someone who buys 10 items and returns 8 of them every week or something like that. But I'm talking about like over the last year, I've tried a few different pieces of camera equipment. Because I'm so picky, I have returned. What really irritated me was, I think if they just said like, you have too many returns, I would have been like, okay, yeah, you're right. I've been pushing my luck by buying, I think it was maybe 2 cameras over the past year and returning them because I hated them. But other more expensive bits and bobs too. Like microphones, I always talk about how I'm always on a microphone kick, like looking for the perfect microphone solution. But what really irritated me so much in this email was they said that we've noted that not only do you have too many returns, they didn't word it exactly like that, but that was the gist of it, but that they're coming back in unacceptable condition. And that really, my friends, threw me for a loop. When you exceed like 3 items, you know, that are pieces of electronic gear, they're probably going to say something, and they did. But what really bothered me is they said it was an unacceptable open condition. And I'm like, or unacceptable used condition. I was like, excuse me? I don't think so. I keep everything in perfect condition. I keep the stickers that are like covering the camera, not even just the camera. I hold on to the stickers and I put it somewhere so I can stick it back on after. I send everything back in pristine condition, like open box condition, every single thing. So Niall rightly pointed out to me though that is probably just the form. You can't see me at all. Move this back a little bit or tilt it so you can see. I'm just working on some embroidery. He said that that's probably just like the form letter that they send to everybody and I shouldn't get so bent out of shape. But I was like, how dare they? How dare they? Because I take such good care. I mean, I guess on one hand, I'm kind of overusing their not very stringent return policy. But on the other hand, I'm taking such good care to not send it back in bad condition, to make sure that I keep the box perfect, keep all the stickers, keep all the little bubble wrappy things. And by the way, at no point did they say, you know, you can't buy these anymore or anything like that. It wasn't even a slap on the wrist. It was just like, please make sure you read our terms of service. Like, it was the weakest email. I don't even know what the point of that was. I guess it was like, we're on to you or something like that. But on to what? Like I said, it wasn't like the fact that they're like, okay, you're sending back too many returns. I could have lived with that. It was just them sending me this form letter about it being all in bad condition. And it's like, none of it was in bad condition. That's so wrong. That's such a lie. But they just don't like having to deal with camera returns, and they want to discourage me from doing that in the future. And that's fine, but just say that. But then who knows? Maybe someone's just pressing a button and whatever. That's the email that I got and that's the email everybody gets. I don't know. That's fine though, because the net result of that is me really coming to be like, okay, you know what though? Why aren't you supporting your local businesses instead, like your local camera businesses? Even if they don't have like a good return policy, they'll probably have like some sort of return policy, or like maybe they'll charge you a restocking fee. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I'll pay that. Like if I buy something that's expensive and there's like a, I don't know, whatever percent it is, restocking fee, it's almost like you rented it. And renting any kind of audiovisual camera type gear is expensive, so that's okay. I guess I never felt bad because it was Amazon. That's really the issue. Like usually I have pretty high moral standards about returns. I try not to do them, but like I didn't care because it was Amazon. So I don't know. That was a bit of a funny wake-up call for me. Has it ever happened to you? Have you ever had an issue like that with Amazon? Probably not. Probably not, because most people that are returning things are not returning expensive camera gear for the most part, I would imagine. And I know that Amazon does not care at all about that inexpensive stuff. Like I'm sure you've had the odd defective thing and you've let them know about it and they're like, oh, just keep it, just throw it out, you know, you don't have to send it back. I don't know if that happens everywhere, but in Canada, in my experience so far with Amazon, that does happen now and again. They're such jerks though. Like, sorry to stew on this, but one time I thought a pen that I bought was defective. Then the pen started working and I was like, oh, you know what? That doesn't sit okay with me. I actually will call them on the phone. I did that. You can find a customer service number for Amazon. I called them and I confessed, like, actually, sorry, I told you this was defective. It's not defective. You definitely may charge me the money for it. It feels ridiculous talking about this, but anyhow, just a bit of a lighter moment in a somewhat not great summer full of non-ideal conditions. Let's put it that way. I'm actually nice and cool to the point where I'm like verging on chilly. The problem is that it's been hot for so long. The second that it cools down, you really feel actually cold because of that big drop in temperature.